him locking in every single day. The first thing that comes with a strong mindset, what is it you're going to ask? This is the most important thing before doing anything else. Anything before working on anything is setting straight your goals and your whys. These two things could get you so far in life. Let me tell you that right now. You gotta have your goals set up every day, knowing exactly what you're working towards. And then the second thing, your whys, why you're working toward these goals every single day. Trust me, when you have these two things down, sky's the limit. You will reach success because there's no loss, no not knowing what to do. You're always going to be taking action, okay? Well, that's the first thing I want to talk to you about. Julian, I don't know if you want to add to that.
Ironically,
If you
who
want.
watched my last YouTube video? Probably none of you guys, eh? You guys ain't even OG fans, bro.
I did, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yes,
they
I
didn't.
love it. I love it. You guys are such good supporters. Anywho, talked about manifestation. Oh yeah, I saw Timmy. Timmy was there. Even Timmy commented. He knows. Look, touch the car. You know what? You guys all gotta touch the car. That's the moral of the story. And you guys are probably wondering what the fuck touching the car means. Maybe you should go watch it. No, I'm joking. Basically, when you when you manifest and vision stuff, how about yo chill,
Oh,
chill. Arrow, you're banned. Where's Sage, bro? When I need him, get him banned. Not joking. No, but realistically, I brought this example in my last video about your dream car. And there's one thing about, watching videos about your dream car and looking at the video and telling yourself like, oh, that's such a sick car, but like it's not for me. Like I can't afford it type thing, right? But there's a difference between looking at a car and having the mindset of that's like, I'm looking at this car because I'm going to buy it. And it's even probably better to go check on the website, go check the price, go look at the specs, look how much it costs. Pretend like you're actually able to afford it right now. And now your goal is a bit more clear because now it's not just I want a Ferrari. Now it's I want a Ferrari SF90, red and black interior, with this certain spec, and it costs 615,000. So now it's like more specific, right? And the touch the car example was basically when you see a sick, beautiful car on the streets and get like this is obviously take it with a grain of salt and make sure no one's there. But it's like maybe walk by and just touch the car. Because basically touching the car, it's like now you're actually touching it in reality. Now it's no longer something in your imagination. You're physically touching one of your dreamed cars, and it's like it's just it unlocks a limiting belief in your head. So it's very, very important. So basically the moral of the story is touch the car. And don't set the alarm on though. Just touch the car though, like gently, softly. While walking by, maybe skin it a bit.
okay. That's a great metaphor right there from Julian. I don't know what they're saying about Bog. Bog has kids.
Bog,
He's a
why?
father.
Bog has kids.
Money talk saying he's taking his kids to school. Julian's going to be the real one. Wow, that should be pinned right there. Can we pin that? No, you
Me and
can't.
Seb, me and Seb have big plans for December, guys. You guys are gonna see a lot of me and Seb working
Is it?
together, and we're gonna be. I believe I'm a billionaire. Told my girl, and she wanted to get food at a fancy
Julian, is it done?
restaurant.
Like,
Yo,
is
money
December
talk.
confirmed?
December is confirmed. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we're making
Okay.
big money moves. So yeah, money talk is now in debt. Which car
What?
y'all renting? I don't know yet, to be honest. We haven't decided. We know we're gonna get a Jeep Wrangler for the mountains. For the streets, we might. I don't know. We're looking into like a Corvette. Yeah, exactly. There it is. There it
It's
is. We're
money
looking
talk.
into the Corvette. But don't get me twisted. I ain't a guru. I'm telling you right now, it's rented. Obviously, when we travel, you need a fucking car. You need to rent a car. That's the difference between me and these other fuckers. Like I'm telling you, it's rented.
Yeah, but them they would have gotten a Lambo rented.
Guru activities.
Okay, let's continue
No,
on here.
please don't.
Oh, guys,
Please.
another quick step here. I know this is self-explanatory, pretty obvious, but I'm gonna have to say it just because maybe some of you don't know, but a strong mindset is directly linked to success. I've realized if you don't have a strong mindset, you cannot reach any sort of success. It's literally impossible. Mindset is everything in life. Without mindset, you have nothing. Okay? I know there's people in my life, okay? I'm not gonna go into specifics, but there's people in my life, they could be the smartest people ever. They have this. They were given everything. They have all kinds of money to invest in a business, this, that, but the mindset is not there. Maybe because they were lazier or everything was handed to them, and they're reaching for nothing. So they're not gonna hit success just because of their mindset, right? That's just how they grew up. So, but the thing is, you're never screwed, right? You could always develop a mindset. It's not just this is it and that's it. There's no way of actually achieving a strong one. You could actually create one. That's why we're telling you these things today. Okay. Another thing I want to add to that is hardship. So obviously in life, life's not supposed to be easy, right? If life was easy, then there would be no point to it. We're meant to go through hardship. And with hardship, that comes us becoming stronger. Of course, there's some people, right, that are going to take hardship and it's going to actually make them weaker and could put them places that no one wants to be. But that's why you got to learn to have a strong mindset. So when these hard times come, you're ready to actually, you know, be, be stronger and combat these hardships. So that's super important, right? Because obviously in life you're gonna have to go through tough things, and to come out of these tough things, the only way to come out of it is having a strong mindset. Okay, what's another thing I could add here? We could talk about confidence and charisma, right? So people that are confident and are charismatic, they have a strong mindset. Again, that's something that you have to develop. That's, you know what it is? Developing the confidence and charismatic, that all comes with action and putting in the action, and with action comes a strong mindset. You going to the gym every day is not an easy thing to do, right? You got to have the strong mindset to be able to do it. And then once you're actually going to see progress in the gym, what's going to happen? You're going to actually have charisma, grow confidence, all the above. So that's just an example for you, right? Anything in business. Once you work on your business, you're taking action, you're seeing progress, boom, you're going to gain confidence because you took action, which is directly linked to a strong mindset, okay? I don't know,
Okay,
anything I said
let
there
me
you
ask
want
you
to add
this.
to
Let me
it?
ask you this, Jack.
Yeah.
Let's have a convo, me and you. What's the one thing? Like, what's the one major thing that? Where's the third man? He's running a bit late. What's the one thing that is kind of like the major component, then therefore is like a domino effect to all the things you said? So, like for an example, confident, charisma, hardship.
Yeah.
What's that one thing? Like, what's that one obstacle? What's that one component that people should, conquer,
Work
and
to,
then everything else will kind of fall into place?
uh, well, literally everything I'm saying, no, is it's mindset.
Yes, but mindset's very broad. What about a mindset? Like what?
Discipline.
Yes, but what gives discipline? Like what's like?
Actually,
Yes, but I'm just
explain better. What do you mean?
I was looking for how everything is a branch under the idea of fear. People don't do a lot of things because they're fearful. And if they
Mm,
it's because there's
was it?
only two ideas in this world. There's fear or faith. Faith, under the branch of faith, there's all the good aspects, and under the branch of fear is all the bad aspects.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you want to get rid of all your issues of
Oh,
discipline, if you want to
so
get disciplined, you want to work harder, you want to be more confident, that means you have to get rid of fear and induce faith into your life. So
how do induce faith?
now that you've now that you've systemized and simplified it to these two things, how do you improve faith and how do you get rid of fear?
Simple as finding God, right?
That's one. Yeah.
Finding God and separating yourself from all evil.
No.
When we say evil, it's obviously not having faith, and then doing things that are completely against faith. Like I'm gonna give a bad example because like I'm not gonna say I never do it, but like let's say I don't know, going clubbing or strip club, whatever, things like that, right? Let's just say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh, and okay, what else would we add to faith? Would God's not the main answer here?
No, it is. It is, of course. Um, no, it's because I'm reading this book. I don't know if anyone knows this. It's called Outwitting the Devil, and it's kind of like this. In my opinion, I think it's fake, but it's just an interesting concept. It's this kind of like interview style conversation that the author has with the devil, and he talks about how the devil has literally, yeah. But it's just an interesting concept. You can still learn from it, and it's an interesting concept how the devil has 98% of the world, and because it's fear, he has fear over everyone, and because of fear, no one's able to think for themselves, be independent. They've all been brought up through the masses. Um, a lot of people do things because of the masses' opinions and never end up actually independently thinking for themselves. So realistically, at the end of the day, understanding that everything that you desire, there's a reason that desire is put in your head, and the only thing stopping you is fear. But fear is not the same power that gave you the original dream. It's an opposite opposing fear that's trying to get you away from it. And truly understanding that fear, if you can conquer it, because you can never destroy it, fear is always lasting. You always hear the idea of that a hero is fearless, but it's not true. A hero is just able to conquer and overcome the fear. He is scared shitless, just like everyone else. We're humans, we have emotions. But it's being able to understand that a lot of people are going to say other things that you disagree with. A lot of people are going to say, do this, do that. And you disagree and you want to do your own thing. And it's the only thing is faith. Faith in yourself, faith in a higher power, and get rid of all fear. Boom. That's it.
Okay, let me ask you this: is what we're saying fear is holding us back from a strong mindset?
Fear is the only thing holding us back.
And fear is general to everything, taking action, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's everything. Everything.
We don't take action.
If you
We're fearful.
dissect the reason of why you don't, like, if you genuinely dissect the reason of anything negative, it all, like, if you just keep asking, but why, it will always lead down to fear. You're feared. You're scared.
And that's a problem with like, so that's a huge factor to why like, I mean, I've gotten more into religion, and I'm sure a bunch of people have, right? It's just because knowing that, right? There's a lot of people that don't believe in religion or anything. I was just listening to this is the second time I listened to it. I don't know if anyone heard it. George Janko and Andrew Tate, they're
Mm-hmm.
part 1 and 2 podcasts. Like they're doing a nice segment on religion and that, and they're saying like how there's people out there that are atheists. So it's like if you're an atheist, technically, what does that mean? It means you actually believe in the devil, sort of, right? But they look at it as science, growing up from monkeys or whatever. That's how we were passed down. But like, I'm assuming that that's sided with the devil. Am I correct on that?
Well, to be honest, we don't know any answer. It's an opinion. My opinion
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
an atheist is technically influenced by the devil. The atheists don't believe in devil or God. They don't believe in any of that. They believe in science. But I think the idea of atheism is influenced by the devil. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, guys, like what Julian said, fear is the main reason what's holding us back from a strong mindset. Okay. What else do I want to add here? Okay. Let's talk a bit about discipline, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk about like my experiences with discipline in that. So just a couple things. So I'm gonna say how with discipline, right? Remember, discipline and motivation are two different things. Motivation is a feeling, while discipline is something that you're doing. It's basically action. Motivation is a feeling you have whenever you're bumped up from a YouTube video, a song, you're getting cheated on, things like that, right? It's a feeling. So remember how important it is to actually separate the two, motivation and discipline. Okay? I'll answer that after money talk. Well, an experience for me with discipline, right? What works best with me, I think I mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. What works best with me, right, if I need to do something, is knowing exactly what to do. So in life, people procrastinate or they feel lost. It's because they have no plan. So that's super important to incorporate, guys. Adding a plan, whatever it is, a daily routine, a plan for the next day, plan for the week, plan for the month, is super crucial because you're actually knowing what you're gonna do and knowing the task that you need to complete. And with that, you're gonna be disciplined and actually put action into the work you need to do, rather than just being boosted from some music video or whatever. Not music video, but like some Andrew Tate podcast or whatever. That's super important to actually plan your stuff, whatever it is. If it's you want to work on your dropshipping store, go to the gym, this, that. That's a huge tip for discipline, guys.
Look, at the end of the day, really, what happens is when you don't have a plan, and I'm talking about like not a plan like, oh, I'm gonna be a millionaire by 2024. I'm talking about doing daily actions with intention. So I always like to bring this example up. When you drop someone in the middle of the desert, they're anxious. But why are they anxious? It's not because they're, dropped in the middle of the desert and it's hot or whatever. They're usually anxious because they can go anywhere. There's no direction. There's zero direction. It's empty space around them. And that creates anxiety. So when you sit down at your desk and you have no guideline or no step by step that you've created to do, no intention, you create stress and anxiety for yourself because you're lost. You don't know which direction to go. Even if you're wrong, you have some type of direction. So what I start doing from now on is when I wake up in the morning and I come sit down on my desk, I don't just do whatever that pops up in my head, or I get, because I saw that I used to tend to like come to my desk and just like, okay, whatever I gotta do, right? But then, oh, I gotta do this, I get sidetracked. Oh, I gotta do this, I get sidetracked. And it's like your fucking brain's all over the place, and that's obviously because there are TikTok brains. But now when I come downstairs, I sit at my desk and I say, I'm going to do this, which is, like I've said this before, I'm going to answer my community on Discord, answer any questions, connect with people. That's an intention. I'm intentionally doing that. Nothing will distract me from doing that for the next, whatever it is, 5-10 minutes. Then product research. Okay, I'm intentionally going to go on PP ads. I'm intentionally going to go on Kalo data to find a product that and then set again goals or like steps. I'm looking for a product that has a few million views on a video, but then the rest they're not that viral, and then maybe that's a gap in the market. Or I'm looking for a product that's going viral on TikTok, and go check it's not on Facebook. Like that is intention, and with that, you're not going to be lost, you're not going to be stressed, and you're not going to be anxious because you have some type of guideline that you've given yourself.
Yeah. So that's the big thing, right? And that's something I realized as well, is when there's too many things going on, you have too much to do, and you didn't simplify what you need to do. That's when you feel lost, and that's when you're not going to put your work in. And I think everyone agrees on that. It's about simplifying your work, knowing exactly, okay, today I'm gonna have my Discord call, or today I gotta finish working on the store, gotta run my ads, whatever it is. Simplifying the task and not overcomplicating, putting too much in your head. I love listening to podcasts. Another thing that I heard, it was Harmozy and that British guy. Do you know what I'm talking about, Julian?
Yes,
I think his name.
Chris Wallenstein.
Yes, Chris something. Yes, exactly. And Harmozy said that to actually put work in, your brain cannot be like a garage. Basically saying, I don't know about you guys, my garage and my house is pretty messy. So that's the perfect metaphor right there. Is your brain cannot be a garage, cannot be messy. It's got to be simplified, organized, and exactly knowing what you got to do. So that's super important. Yes, Chris Williamson. No, it's Chris Williamson, I think.
But yeah, that is a fire. I watched the podcast both. Very good, very
Yeah,
good.
Harmozy's a very good speaker.
I it's funny because even especially at the beginning of the podcast, they talk about religion, and even though Harmozy's not a very religious man, or I don't know what he believes in really, but he talked about how this idea of God is an omnipotent power. And what does that mean? Omnipotent is basically all powerful. Now, because I like the way Harmozy thinks. Harmozy is very like, he objectifies everything. He thinks objectively, he thinks like logically, step by step, rationally. So he objectify, I guess you want to say, God. And it was a very, like, it really helps you understand. So, like I was saying, God is omnipotent. Omnipotent is all powerful. What's power? Power is basically your thought and reality are the same. So when your thought and reality are the same, that means you're all powerful, because obviously whatever you think just happens. Now, us humans, we cannot do that. But he did say that if anyone is trying to strive for some godlike power, procrastination is basically killing you, because you have a thought in your head and then you want to do it, but you procrastinate. So the time frame now between thought and reality is becoming longer and longer and longer. Whereas the second you have a thought, an idea, and you go implement it right away, you're reducing the time between thought and reality, therefore getting closer to your godlike power, like he says. And it was a very interesting concept that, like, I don't know if you hear that and don't think like, fuck, should stop procrastinating, I don't know what else will.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a great way to look at it. So Steph, what's going on?
So
There he is.
I saw in the chat I was getting tagged, but I was in a meeting and well, I couldn't join right away, and I was getting spammed. Like, what's going on?
So
Why
we're here
why am
talking
I
about
so needed?
discipline, all this shit, and you're here 30 minutes late. What a great
Hey,
example.
Oh yeah, I was in a meeting just because I felt like it. Yeah,
You
no,
didn't
that's
organize
right.
your schedule properly. You knew that it was at fucking Monday at 3 p.m. You see, what a fucking bad example. No
My meeting?
wonder the trading
Okay.
chat is the most dead out of all of them, because look at the mentor that they have.
Oh, come on.
Or because you know what? No, I'll take that on the chin.
Take it.
I'll take that on the chin. Fair enough. All right,
So,
it's up and coming though. No, because the few traders we have in this chat, they're ballers, and they will be even bigger ballers soon.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry.
Oof. Who are the traders? Do we got
Don't worry
anyone in
about
here?
I don't know. Is Anakin here? I don't know if Anik is in here.
Anik,
But me and Anik have been going back and forth.
Asta.
He's already off.
Who's
Like,
Asta?
he's already got off on the right foot. So
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
same with Asta. Yeah, even Asta.
Me, I want to get. Okay, well, before we get someone, Steph, anything you want to
Yep.
say? 'Cause I know you definitely got some knowledge. What's some tips that you could give the audience here on developing a stronger mindset? What has worked
The
for you in the
audience.
past?
I mean, I've been pretty consistent with what I've said in terms of my mindset. It's always been if you know characters, how they work, like there's three components of a person and everybody's different, but you either classify as a body, a head, or a heart. Like this is a deep study that's been brought, and I'm a head. So I know the type of person I'm driven by fear. The fear of failing, fear of not being good enough, the fear of, let's say it doesn't work out in life, I could look back and say it's because I was lazy. So that's what drives me. So it's not, it is, and I'll be completely honest, it can be a very toxic mindset to be in at times, but it's what has driven me from the start that I don't want to fail so bad. And that's my biggest fear, that it's what drives me to not be lazy
All right, I have a
and not
question
be,
though.
want to,
I have a question though.
what's up?
So, are you saying that fear is what's driving you to push and do good things?
Fear drives a lot of my things in life, honestly.
Or is it
It
faith?
does. Faith?
If you were
Did you say
genuinely,
faith?
yeah, faith. Because I'm saying if you were genuinely scared of something, if you're fearful, you wouldn't do it because you're scared. But what's something that keeps you from that? What's something that keeps you to do what you do? Is the faith that it'll turn out good.
Yes, of course. And that's another thing. So yeah, the faith that it'll turn out good, and the possibility, and also the feeling of being accomplished. That's the thing I chase the most. But yeah, so of course my faith is in God, of course, that He decides what is going to happen. So in reality, I shouldn't have any, because I have the faith in God and He decides. He's the best of planners. But it's something that has been with me since I was a kid, and it's what's driven me and everything. So yeah, it is faith in a sense, but it's also because I don't want to look back in 20 years from now and say, oh, it's because I didn't try hard enough. So that's what makes me want to try so hard.
Yeah.
But I'm not I'm disagreeing. I think fear
So
everything
you know what?
eh,
Hassan, go for it.
can I go? You go.
No, he's right when he said faith is discipline, fear could be a motivator. He said it properly. That's what my motivator is. That's my motivator.
I've recently learned because I used to think that, but I've recently learned that it's not fear or misinterpreting fear. Fear brings everything negative. The reason why you're hold back or the reason why you not want to be is because of fear. If you had zero fear, the second you saw a crazy car when you were fucking 5, you probably would have started making money. You know, the way I look at fear is faith in evil, and faith is just faith in good. But basically,
No,
I
you're
think
right.
you were saying how you're scared to look back and see like, oh, I could have done better. But realistically, what's driving you is the faith that yes, I could go do something and look back and said I'm happy with how I turned out. If you knew for a fact,
You're
because
right.
if you were fearful 100% and you knew for a fact that what you're gonna do is you're gonna fail and you're scared of it, you wouldn't do it. You just wouldn't do it because you're just 100% fearful. It's like I look at it as a spectrum from 100%. How much is faith? How much is fear? And if it would be 100% faith, you would be able to do everything like this. But because there's certain fear that's holding you back, I don't think fear is kind of like a motivator. I think it's faith. Like it's just I've learned that it's like we've misinterpreted fear.
Yeah, no, you're right. Definitely.
But whatever, we're all good.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
no, faith does have to overrule fear.
fear
No,
is.
you're
I
right.
was just talking before you came how fear is like there's like fear and faith are the only two things that matter, and
Which is But that's why I say it's a very toxic mentality that I've had for a long time that I've worked on, because the fear, yes, it's what's driven me, and you could say it's the faith, sure, but that's why it's been so toxic, because of that fear. Do you
I
understand
get
what I
it,
mean? That
yes,
it's
but I'm saying
it's
that's a
not a
bad
good
thing.
thing.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh no, I'm not saying it's a good thing. Trust me, but it's that fear of failing is what I interpret it to be what has driven me. Maybe it is fate that it could work out, that's what driven me, but it's also that if it doesn't work out and I look back and I all I can do is blame myself for it. I would never want that's my biggest fear. That is my biggest fear.
But do you think you'd be better off without any fear?
Well, okay, if you have no fear, then you have no caution. Like then you're gonna go what?
No,
Like fear in what
if you
sense?
have
Like
full faith in everything you
yeah,
do.
it would definitely be a healthier mindset for sure.
Well, look at our boy Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
He had no
that's
fear.
right. At all.
We're all trying to fall in his footsteps. That's my point. It's inevitable. We're gonna have fear. That's not gonna go away. I'm just saying like I just find that this idea of using fear as a motivator, I think it's wrong, because then you kind of put fear in some type of light, like it's a good thing. But realistically, underlying everything that you do positively is because of faith, not fear. Fear is everything holding you back. If you get rid of fear, you wouldn't be where you are now. You'd be even better.
No, you're right. I'd see yeah, you're right. 100%.
Where are they sending crumble
Is
cookies?
that a reality transurfing book? 'Cause I'm like
No, actually,
because I know I see similarities to what you're saying to the books. I'm reading it also. The lifelines and the pendulum,
yeah,
that if you keep feeding the fear, it swings more and more and more.
it does talk about that. Yes, I've definitely learned that from there. I don't know. It's been kind of like an underlying theme for me lately. I've been like hearing it or listening to it everywhere. When I went to church last Sunday, they talked about it. I'm reading Outwitting the Devil, the book you recommended.
That book's fire. I'm telling you.
I'm 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 iffy about it. I'm gonna finish it.
What is going on?
Bro, everyone's sending crumble cookies. But
Are we serious, guys?
how deep are you in reality transurfing?
Huh?
How deep are you in reality transurfing?
150 pages.
Okay. Yeah,
I think I'm on chapter 5 or 6.
there's a lot to go. It's it gets tough to like continue, I think, in the middle. But I don't know. I just pushed through it. It's good.
You finished it?
Of course, I finished it.
Okay. Anyways, what I'm gonna say to the whole chat that I've been telling Julian for so long: read The Creature from Jekyll Island, that book, if you want to understand money and how it came. And this guy hasn't read it yet, and he's not listening. But I'm telling you guys, read that book. I don't care. Yes, it's not the cheapest book. It's $70. Okay, it's
It's a
worth
pretty
the
expensive
price.
book.
There, pull it out.
It's a pretty expensive book.
Yes, I get it. Creature from Jekyll Island. It'll teach you everything about money. Everything. From how it came, fiat currency, how it was created, that exact book. How it was created, how all those people manipulated the monetary system to their advantage, and how they're still doing it today. It's my number one book in terms of knowledge.
Yeah.
And
It is.
when I read
I'm sure
it,
I'm sure it is a good book. I'm gonna read it.
now hold on. When I read it, let me pull out my drawer right now. When I read it, I didn't just read it. I highlighted after every chapter key things, and I wrote it down in this book. You'll see pages long. That's all me writing from Creature from Jekyll Island. Look at that. That took hours and hours, and I study this now. It's because I want to know so much about what it is. I'm like I find it very interesting how money and how they manipulate it.
Yeah. Can you
Yes,
share
that
it
book.
to
A
me?
Second Look at the Federal Reserve. Crazy book.
Yeah.
Finished it?
It's
Yeah.
look. The reason why I haven't read it is because, well, no, but yes, I'm gonna read it for 100%. I've just kept telling him the reason why I haven't read it is because it doesn't personally benefit of what I do now, but I'm going to read it. It's a good. I'm sure it
You
is a
should.
very good book. What part of reality
It's
transurfing helped you? All of it. Nah, I'm joking. I actually have
I
it.
could answer.
Yeah, okay. Go give your answer.
From what I've read
Let
so
me
far,
scroll through
it's the
mine.
pendulum.
The pendulums, yes. Okay, explain that then to them.
The pendulum's basically okay. So if your mind is dedicated on a topic, that topic is a pendulum. It sways from one side to the other. And if you feed that topic, regardless, let's say it's like a negative topic like fear, and you feed that pendulum saying, even if it's positive or negative, saying, "Oh, it's okay, don't worry," or "I'm feeling fear. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I'll be able to make it," like I do. A perfect example, me. You feed that pendulum and it sways more and more, and it eats up at your life. But if instead, when that thing crosses your mind, you just ignore it, the pendulum stops and it stops its way and it has no power over you. But the more you feed that thing, the more the pendulum sways and the more it has power over your life and the more it will ruin your life. That's like the summarized version of the pendulum. Now, that's only one chapter or like two chapters of, well, actually, it's quite big, but still.
Yeah.
Like it goes throughout the book, but that was like one specific chapter that I went over it, and it stuck with me the most because it's like you don't realize until you read that book how much these things can eat up at your life, and you don't even realize you're playing its game.
Yo, yeah. Yo, I'm skimming through right now, and it's giving me like flashbacks. I want to reread it. It's so good. Okay. No, what's
How about this? How about this? Why don't you tell the chat top three books, and I'll tell them my top three, and we'll see.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
There it is. Seb knows.
Let me give you a
Seb
very
knows.
important section because this kind of probably will relate to all of us. It's about money. It talks about actual money, and they simply tell you, because I remember before reading this book, and I was I was getting into religion. I don't know, and because of fucking media, I always thought that like asking for wealth and wanting to be like super wealthy was a bad thing, kind of like evil, because that's like the shit they implemented in our heads. And this book kind of like rewired my brain, and it said that no, it's good, and God wants us to be wealthy. And then it went a step further and said, but are you ready to simply choose and allow yourself to have it? Because a lot of people act like a lot of people are window shoppers who they just desire, but they have a poor mindset and they treat themselves like an unwanted guest. Like you walk into like a luxurious store, most people that can't afford it, let's say they have like fucking $1 in their bank account, will act like they don't belong there. But this book strictly tells you that you have to give yourself permission to be to be worthy of luxury. And with that, it's about an intention. Like it's like you are intentionally accepting what, like, I'm worthy of it. And like it was just like how I said before, the manifestation, like, yes, this call will actually be recorded. I was talking about how like there's one thing of visioning it, but there's one thing like acting it out. There's one thing of actually living it. And like I brought up this example in a Legends call talking about what's his name, Harvey, the guy from Family Feud. Am I right?
Oh, Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey talks about, I'm sure you guys all seen the short. Talks about how buying the business class on a flight may not be a bad thing, because for certain people they might use that money, buy it, fucking be ungrateful, and then never like use any benefits to it. But you know, if you're actually like looking to get wealthy, maybe you cannot afford business class, but maybe you should find some money, save it up, and experience the wealth. Like that's not just manifestation now. You're fucking living it. And it unlocks a part in your fucking head that this shit's not imagination anymore. It's reality. And it's just like that was one thing that I really liked from this book. But yeah, Cole, you want to say your top three?
No, you go first.
I go first. Are we including Bible? Because I know you always say that.
No, I was gonna get you with that. No, okay. Let's exclude Bible because that's number one, of course. But let's exclude that.
But it depends, because I've read books on different topics.
Great. I don't care. Pick three.
It's what's impacted you the most,
Yeah,
right?
reality transfer.
Exactly.
100%.
Number one?
Yeah, number one. Power of Subconscious Mind, number 2.
What's number 1?
Reality Transurfing. And then...
What's that about?
Bro. Alright, bro.
We just went over it.
Yeah,
It's like
just-
it's
Just shut,
Oh,
just shut up.
I thought you said you didn't read it, bro. What do you mean?
Reality Bro.
It's the book that you
All
said
right,
I'm
let me finish my fucking 3. Have you guys read? Yes, I have. My third one is
Never.
probably The Way of Superior Man. Those are my 3.
a good book.
Those are my 3. You?
It's good. 3. I don't understand. Outwitting the Devil. Number 3.
Are you
100%.
serious?
How far into it are you,
100 pages.
brother? Yeah. Do you like actually like break it down, highlight, go through, like understand the message that's being
Yeah,
like
but
portrayed?
It's like very like mainstream cheesy a bit. But like I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna finish it.
How many pages is it? Like over 300, no? Around that?
Yeah, 300. No, look.
Okay, so you still got...
It's interesting. It's a good one, but I wouldn't say like it's life changing.
Well, there's still more to read, but it just talks about how to like to understand your purpose and to be completely dedicated to it, and how the devil's attempts to infiltrate your mind and take advantage and lead you down the wrong path. I think it's completely important, and I like the book a lot.
Basically.
So that's why it's 3.
Okay.
Number 2, we have the same book in our list, is Power of the Subconscious Mind. Unbelievable book.
I don't think anyone has
Unbelievable
that
book.
book over here. No one has that book. Please tell
The
me.
Power of the Subconscious Mind is a great book if you implement what it teaches. Not just read it, implement what it teaches.
Is it that
Bro,
good? Because I have it too. I never
Who
read
the
it.
fuck does not have this book? You're lacking. You're actually lacking.
Great book. Great book.
It is a
But
book.
like you actually have to implement.
Yeah, that's.
You actually have to implement what you're learning.
That's very true. That's very true. Because bro,
Like you can read and say, "Oh, okay, nice, and close the book." No, but
these books, like both this and Reality Transurfing are actually very similar. But a lot of these people like read it and like think it's like some voodoo shit, and then they say shit. Like you genuinely have to read this with the biggest open mind you can possibly have. Try to understand it, accept it, and implement it. Bible on yeah, we said excluding the Bible, but yes, Bible is on top.
yeah, of course.
The first
Yeah, so Power of the Conscious Mind is great. And when I implemented what I learned from the Power of the Conscious Mind book, that's when I saw my most growth in my trading career. That's when I saw the big leap.
For me, it was
For me, that's why it was so impactful.
Yeah, for me, it was my 1,000 subs. It's crazy.
And number 1, there it is. That's the book I have. Exactly that one.
Yeah.
Great book. And number 1, like we just said before, The Creature from Jekyll Island. Unbelievable book. This book is not about a self-help mindset, leverage your mind book. No, it just tells you the facts of money, the banking system, how these guys came together and formed it to take down other companies, other banks, and put other countries in debt and dependent on the Federal Reserve System, and how it's still implemented today. So, great book. It's long, and you have to go through it very slowly. Like I said, after every chapter, I would highlight what I liked and what I found important, and I would write it down in a whole book. That whole book is the whole book, everything I've highlighted. So, for me, I love that book. And of course, the Bible is on top. That's like...
To answer Greg's question, do you read a book and give up? I know, I think they all do. I've never given up on a book, even though I know it's the shittiest book ever. For me, it's like I start something, I gotta finish it. And I feel like my opinion wouldn't even be good because I didn't finish the book. So I gotta finish the book. Like, for an example, okay?
Oh, he's gonna pull it out. Do it!
This book is the shittiest book I've ever read. Do not read this book.
What is it called?
Oh, is that Batman?
The Psychology
What is
of
that?
Stupidity. I'm pretty sure you never heard of it, but even if you were ever to come across it, never buy it. And it's a pretty fat book. I thought it was shit from probably the first chapter, and I tanked through it. And I'm like, wow, I hate my life, but I finished it. And now I can finally say, reading the whole book, it's the shittiest book I've ever read. It's garbage. I would literally burn it.
Yeah, so
Hey, but was
What?
it a
what
time?
I don't even
I
know.
don't
I
get
don't
it.
remember. I forgot about it because I don't even want to like remember what the fuck it said. It was
Based
really
on
good.
what Greg said, yes, there have been books that I have started. There's, I think, two or three. One hot take, me and Julian always go back and forth.
What?
I can't stand it. He loved it. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Okay, well,
I thought it
bro,
was.
but you have to understand.
I couldn't finish it. And listen,
But
no, his
I
Outwitting the Devil is by Napoleon Hill, and I love that book.
I
Think and
know.
Grow Rich. I couldn't finish it.
I know, but I'm telling you right now, Think and Grow Rich was so good because it was my first book I ever read. It was the perfect beginner book. Bro, I see Outwitting the Devil as a beginner book. That's why I'm not enjoying it as much. But if I were to read it like a year ago, I'm pretty sure I'd think it's fucking fire. I'm telling you, it's just...
Oh, it's fire.
Okay, anyways, wait, someone said marketing. Breakthrough advertising is probably the only book you need, I'm gonna be honest. And Harmosi's books. That's it. Get Harmosi's books and Breakthrough advertising.
48 Laws
You're
of
probably
Power.
set for
Yeah,
facts.
I've read 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah,
That was, I think that was my second book ever, 40 Laws of Power.
that was a classic.
It was a good book.
That was a classic. I
Good book.
orgasm every time. I'm actually gonna read. I'm gonna read next the Laws of Human Nature, like Robert Greene's other book.
I am gonna read after Reality Transurfing, The Lords of Easy Money. It's a similar book to Creature from
Let me know
Jekyll
how it
Island.
goes, because I want to read that too. I have it. Actually,
Well, no, you're gonna read Creature from Jekyll Island first. I
no,
don't
of
care
course,
anymore.
Of course.
Yeah.
Before Lords of Money, easy. No, but actually, before Laws of Human Nature, I might implement this. I think you guys all know this by Patrick Bet Davidson. He's a G. This guy's a G, so I'm actually.
Patrick Bet David?
Yeah. I always say Patrick Bet Davidson. Patrick Bet David, your next
Hassan.
news. Yeah, apparently this is a really
I
good
love
book.
history.
So,
Okay, so what do you mean history? In what sense? Because I'm about to read a book soon too that is based on
wait,
like
history?
history.
Who said that?
I'm I'm a, I'm about to
Hassan?
I'm about to read a book.
Fuck, where is it?
Hassan or is it Hassan?
I don't know.
I've heard both.
I'm saying Hassan. Where the fuck is it? Oh, The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio. Both are wrong.
Both are wrong. That's crazy.
Okay, wait. Hassan. Whatever. I'm saying Hassan. Well, it's black, so you can't see it. But The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio is a very good book.
Okay, yeah.
For
I
history.
mean,
If he
you
likes
could watch the
history-
video.
Yeah, but bro, read the fucking.
Yeah, yeah. Watch the video. It does a great job too. It's 40 minutes.
No way
Boys,
he
write down the
explains-
books in chat. I will do it, Seb. I will.
No way he explains this in 40 minutes. Boys, write down.
Yes.
The books in the chat.
I
Principles by Ray. Yeah, I think that's the second one. I'm not sure.
There's a book I'm about to read. It's called Chaos. It has nothing to do with mind altering or leveraging your mind or money. It has to do with an operation by the CIA that came out that was not meant to. That had to do with how they took advantage of the U.S. citizens and used their mind against them to do acts against their own will. So I find it interesting. That interests me too. So I'm curious to read it. So, anyway, so I'll start writing these books.
I feel
So
like it's funny.
I'm putting one.
You tend to read books like more about like I don't know. Yeah, by Ray Dalio.
I just like being informed. I like being informed. So if ever I have a conversation with someone, I don't sound like an idiot, and I could actually lead the conversation.
So yes, you read books. I try to read books more like that can fucking like I can implement tomorrow. Like you know how many times where like I read a book and then the day after I host a call on this Discord and I just learned it and I'm just like talking about it. Like that's what I like.
Yeah, but so do I.
No, I know, but that's why like
How many
that's
books
why
have
we've
you-
been procrastinating on the Creature of Jekyll Island. How many books have you guys?
Bro, but okay. So money is something you use every single day. Why wouldn't you want to know about it?
Yes, but no, I do read about money, but like I read about how to make money, not like the system itself. But I get it. I do both. Well, I'm more heavy on one, but I feel like when I'm older, I'll tend to read more about that, like just information, like history. Usually I read books for
Well,
implementing.
you don't know when older is, right? How do you know when? Let's say one day you get called to go on a podcast or an interview with someone, and you want to present yourself in a smart way. How are you going to do it?
You're right. You're absolutely right. That's why I'm going to read it. It's no joke. I know, but I keep saying this because I keep sliding books before this. I think it should be my third book. Like by
Third?
Yeah, by
Yo,
January. Bro, because
brother.
I want to read The Laws of Human Nature. It's a fat ass book, bro. You see it. It's this fucking red one right here. It's fat.
Okay, and how are you gonna apply laws of human nature over like money?
What do you mean, Bro, everything I do is about human nature. Marketing is all about consumer psychology. I can definitely implement that.
Okay, good point. Fair enough.
And that
How many
interests
books
me
have you
more.
read? How many books have you guys finished?
The next
In the last I would say, okay, I'll say in the last 2 years, probably 15 books. I don't know.
I've lost no.
12,
I've
15?
been reading since I was 10, so zero idea.
4. Okay, this one, number 4, is more dedicated towards men, The Way of the Superior Man.
That is a G book. That is a very G book.
Okay, I have to reread it. It's a fast book,
Yeah,
and it's pretty good.
There's definitely books that are rereads, and that's one of them. It's a G book.
Yeah, that's a reread for sure.
What's the first one?
See, I've read many trading books too, so I can't really put that here because nobody's really a trader. I should probably do that in my trading.
You should.
So I'm not gonna put those here.
You should. What do you mean? What's the first one? What's the first?
Creature from Jekyll Island.
That's
G book.
That's his book. Yeah.
Anything you want to add, Ju? I have Creature, Subconscious Mind. I wouldn't Devil the Way of Superior Man.
No, because I don't want to waste people's time. Those are one thing to add, and that's it. Mastery by Robert Greene.
Mastery.
That is a G book. That's
okay. That's just a base here for you guys.
Yeah, but besides that, for me, all the other books I've read, they would be kind of like a waste. Not a waste of time, but they're not that impactful. Mastery's
those 5 they're unbelievable books.
Shark needs macronutrient labels and scale. Bro, what are you doing? This is your fucking call, bro.
Shark reads ingredients, bro.
I'm not informed at all on
Holy
books. I've
shit.
read books.
350 calories, 75 grams of protein, and calcium A. No, vitamin A.
Being made to stick them
Reading
influence. Do I have that?
Influence, huh?
No, I have the Art of Persuasion. There's so many books on that shit though. It's very Are these your favorite books? Yeah.
They're our favorite books so far, right? We're gonna keep reading books, and something might come up that might go.
Oh, for sure.
That might go ahead.
Whoa. You didn't fucking put reality transurfing in there? I just realized that. Yo, that's disgraceful.
I'm 150 pages in.
That's disgraceful. Bro, I fucking read the book. If you fucking add that shit to the list.
And guess what? No, guys. It's recorded? Okay. Go back where I said, Julian, would you like to add anything to this list?
I thought you had it. But I thought you fucking had it. Yo, that is crazy. Everyone already knows that's the book. I'm telling you. I've been preaching it for a long time, so everyone knows.
It's a good book.
Yeah.
So far.
Guys, anyone want to come on stage for Q&A here? Whoever wants to come on stage, have any questions regarding literally any.
Bro, what do you mean literally anything? It's a mindset call.
It's called Influence. Let me check this out.
Health and
Yeah, I've heard
trading, mindset, ecom. Who wants to come on stage? Raise your hand right now.
Influenced by who? Robert
It's a marketing book.
Cialdini.
Yeah, I heard of it. Is it good? It's a G book, yeah. Fuck.
Pat, let me know this one.
Yes, that. I thought I thought it was mainstream. Mainstream. I thought it was just a.
You're being asked a question right now, Ju.
What? What's the question?
He's asking you which book you the same as Stefano's.
I would just switch the Creature with Jekyll Island with.
No. I'm cutting him off.
No, but bro, I haven't read it yet. I haven't read not one page. I would switch the Creature with Jekyll Island with reality transurfing, and then Outwitting the Devil is not that high. It's not on the list in my opinion. Again, I haven't.
Yeah, 100 pages in.
Bro, I haven't finished it. Exactly. That's why. So I'm gonna give it these chances. Yo, on Meta, can I just rip TikTok shop vids from Kalo? That, to be honest, yes. Just do a few edits to like not get banned.
Oh, I'll also I'll list a few books that I didn't finish. Also, I started Zig Ziglar's Secrets to Closing the Sale. I didn't finish it.
Jackal Island.
I mean,
it's on the top, bro. Creature from Jekyll Island.
what? Yeah, Jekyll. Yeah, literally, like, look at Jark's message saying these and click the tag message. It's literally right there. Yeah, honestly, I'll just respond to you. There you go. Arrow's already on it.
I got a piss.
Done. Thank you. Yeah, so that book's number one, in my opinion. Like, you could let Julian, his psychology of whatever Batman type book influence you, but I'm telling you, that book is unbelievable.
What the fuck are you on about? What Batman?
What was that book? What was that book with the bats coming out of the thing?
Ah,
You
bro,
said it was
I
brutal
told you.
psychology. Or
It was shit. Psychology. I don't even remember. I wish I never read it. Ecom Jake. You call a black hat? I don't know. I've been learned gray hat. Whatever. I'm sure it's the same shit. Yeah, you could do that. But
Okay, no one.
Actually, I have a picture of my books. I have a picture of my books.
I wanted to talk with someone on stage, man. 30.
guys, who wants to come on stage?
Yeah, so
Get some advice from Jark.
you know what my first book was?
What?
30.
My first book I ever read was Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Bro, I
Which,
feel like
listen, of
everyone's
course,
first book was that.
when you start, it's good. But now it's like awful. Yeah, Seb knows. At first, like, that book was like, oh my gosh, assets, liabilities. Oh my gosh. Now it's like, take off the mask. Damn.
Yeah, what is Big R saying?
Big R.
Big RF.
All right.
It's very basic book. Trust me.
The fuck?
The Art of War is okay. It's not bad.
You told the fans. No, the Art of War I was very disappointed with, to be honest.
It was okay.
I was expecting more.
Well, because it doesn't apply to you.
What do you mean doesn't apply to me?
Well, because you're not a freaking general going to war. You know what I mean?
Obviously, you fucking read it in a sense of like, let me try to implement that shit in
Yeah,
my
of
life.
course.
But still, like, yeah.
There was some knowledge to get out of
everyone
it.
fucking agrees. Mid book. This guy says trash. I don't know.
I said mid. I literally said mid.
It's mid.
I haven't, and actually, that's a great thing. So out of these books, I have it ranked like 9. So yeah, that's mid.
9. It's in your top
Yeah.
10. How's that mid?
Out of a 13 book thing I have right here, I have 13 books in my picture that I ranked at 9.
Okay.
Let's settle down.
All right.
So okay, another book has nothing to do with anything except for trading. Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. Yeah, that's last. Last. I put that last of all books I've ever read.
Was that bad?
Yeah. Another book, Iman Gadzhi recommended it. I put it at 11. King Warrior Magician Lover. He recommended it, and I didn't like it. Now he recommended Creature from Jekyll Island, and I loved it. So he's 1 for 1, 1 for 2. So.
Oh my god, Iman recommended Creature of Jekyll Island. Oh, I'm reading it right now, bro. Right now. That's it.
I want some
I need some Monday Night Football already. Fly Eagles fly, baby.
What's going on with AJ Brown? He's hurt.
All right, guys. We're not having
Yeah, I
a
think
football
so.
call, bro.
We're not getting into that at all.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end the take. Thanks for watching.
That it.